Hello guys, Brad here again with another video, and if you're watching Jeremy Fragrance's latest video, you're probably a little bit shocked that he decided that he's at the end of his fragrance journey on YouTube, and now he wants to devote his time to starting up his own fragrance line. I thought this was a very interesting move on his part. He's been very successful on YouTube, and I'm sure he would stay that way for many years to come. And he may still do his videos on YouTube, or he might just quit YouTube altogether and just focus, um, solely on this new fragrance line that he's thinking about doing. And we've seen this before in the fragrance community, most notably with kerosene and his kerosene line. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to have a little game with this. Let's suppose I was hired to work on Jeremy's marketing team, and Jeremy, wanted me to help him out with some ideas for this new fragrance line idea. Well, I wrote down some things here that I think might help him out. And Jeremy, you can feel free to use these ideas for your fragrance line if you choose to do so. And I won't, try to cause any trouble for you in that regard. This is free, from me to you, buddy, helping you out. So, I think there's different levels of commitment here when you start a fragrance line. If you wanted to, you could just do one fragrance. A lot of celebrities have a celebrity fragrance. So if Jeremy wanted to just sort of cash in on his celebrity on YouTube, he could simply do one fragrance each for men and one for women. Of course, that would be Jeremy Fragrance pour homme and Jeremy Fragrance pour femme. So a nice fragrance there for both men and women, with his attractive face on the box, of course. And I'm sure that would do quite well for him. But if he wanted to expand on that idea, he could certainly do an entire fragrance line, which would probably be good to start with maybe 3 or 4 fragrances to give you a choice of fragrance, since most people can't agree on one fragrance that they like. So his designer fragrance line could be kind of like this, Aqua, the Jeremy Fragrance pour homme, Jeremy Fragrance Noir, and Jeremy Fragrance Nuit. So there would be 4 fragrances for 4 different occasions. And we could have those for sale on his website, or maybe get them in a store somewhere, maybe Indie Sense or whatever. That's not really my concern. My concern is just getting the names of these fragrances out there for you guys. And finally, if you're a successful fragrance company like Hermes or Xenia, maybe you decide you want to take it a notch higher and go with that privé or private line. So, if Jeremy decided to do the private or privé line, of course, some options. He could call his line Jerome, Jeremy Privé, or my personal favorite, Jeremessence. Not to be confused with Hermescence. And you could have names like Tabak de Jeremy, Ombre de Jeremy, Vetiver de Jeremy. So you would have 3 high-scale fragrances to choose from in the privé and private line. These would probably be 2-3 times more expensive than the designer line, but they would be made with better quality materials, fancier caps, and better boxes. So it would be worth it to many people. So Jeremy, that's my input on this matter. I hope it all goes well on this venture of yours in the future for the fragrances. I know you have a strong fan base to at least help with the the initial startup and everything. People have already said they would buy a bottle, even if they haven't smelled it or seen it or anything, because you do have a strong support base to start with. So that helps a lot. Maybe a little advertising somehow wouldn't hurt either. But I think it's going to work out well for you, man. So congratulations on this new venture. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll talk to you later.